Good morning, Libras. Nice to have you. Thanks for hopping on board the Libra Love Boat. Hope you're having a nice day. Well, let's get right with it and see what that person in your energy is feeling and doing. We're going to start out with some oracle cards just to set the pace here a little bit. Yeah, somebody wants a fresh start with you. You seem to be their ideal partner, or whatever they've been hoping and wishing for. You're thinking that leaving them would be for the best. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this relationship has caused you to reevaluate a lot of your friendships or relationships, whatever you've been into. You might be re-experiencing something that you've experienced in the past. Yeah, you need to choose someone who's inspiring and supporting of you. So this isn't working out. That's the drift I'm getting here. This could be just a physical thing, attraction. They think you're very good in that area. Yes, they do. So you hooked them on that. But leaving them is for the best, is what you're thinking. This person could be facing some sort of gossip or maybe local scandal or something. Do they have a past? Is there something in their history that you don't know about? Yeah, they have some kind of mental or emotional block. All right, you figured that out, and you're going, man, I don't want to have to deal with that. You know, I've been here before. I'm not. I don't think it's for my best to get involved with this. Okay, yeah, once you clear out your energy, maybe heal or just get a vision, elevate somehow in your mind, and get this realization that you have to stay a little more guarded. Evaluate your friendships and the people you hang out with. Life's going to become more fun that way. Once you clear out negative energies, you're going to be having more fun. You may be having more fun already than you were when you were dealing with this person. Or maybe you're still dealing with them. We don't know yet. Yeah. Someone needs to release their jealousy. Yeah. Jealousy is just telling you that you don't have something. It affirms that you're in lack. You're not secure within yourself. Whether that's you or them. It's not clear, but that's a good message for both of you. I think you're treating each other coldly right now, even though you do have feelings for each other. So this is a stalemate. They do want a fresh start, though. They may be watching you online or just to see what you're up to, what you're doing. You want someone who's equal. Oh, and who doesn't, right? Equal in everything. Like if you married the person, you'd want them to give you some domestic support too, so that you're not stuck with everything, It has to be equally balanced. That's what you want, and that's healthy. That's what you should have. And romance is part of your energy. You could be a hopeless romantic Libra. A lot of Librans pretend they're not, but underneath they want love just as much as anybody else. And of course you're ruled by the planet Venus, so that's very understandable. Let's throw some tarot here and see what we got going on. So far you got somebody who wants a fresh start. You think leaving them's going to be the best, solution for you. You need to get out there and have more fun, and you realize that. So you're trying to, break yourself away from this energy. Treating them coldly, but they're treating you coldly now too. You could be mirroring each other. Yeah, you're not looking hopeful here about this situation. You had high hopes. You do have feelings for this person, but you think that they're sly and tricky and spoiled and manipulative and maybe even let's see, what would be a good word for it? I don't know. Well, they're controlling, manipulative, maybe have a fiery temper, that they try and hold that back because they don't really want people to see how angry they can get, and they could be jealous. Let's see here. And they could be promiscuous. And if that's the case here, no wonder you think it's best that you leave them. You waited. Every day got more painful and more painful. They couldn't catch up. They couldn't get on your level. They were dogging you. Yeah, they were dogging you. You were very lovely, and they realized that. Very nice person, giving, warm-hearted, male or female. No gender in these cards, but yeah, they see you closed off now. They don't know if you're going to open up that cup of love for them again or not. Looks like they'd like to. They're hanging in there. Okay. What are you thinking? Well, you've pretty much made up your mind what you're going to do here. You've been in your head. This has been real personal for you. Yeah. You've been hurt. Been hurt by somebody who showed a lot of attention to you, and then they changed on you. And you started thinking that was just this all for the passion. Is that all they wanted? Was some passion? And now they're turning their back on me? Something ain't right here. This person's got an emotional block. Maybe even some kind of a mental hang-up. And you're beginning to realize that about this person. They're not complete. They're missing something. And what it is they're missing emotions. They may bury them, or they just... Let's see, I don't know. Know yet. Yeah, you're holding down the fort. You're not feeling real comfortable either. You used to be in a place where everything kind of went smoothly. You felt good in your energy, and thought that you had pretty much control over your life and everything, and now you're just feeling really upset. Feel like you're losing control, or would lose control if you're around this person. This person's, what would be the word for it? They're intense. They may seem low key, but they're an intense person, and you can't trust them. Yeah. So, yep, you're standing your ground. You might have told this person you feel like you're better off on your own, or you're going to do better on your own. And you might have told them you didn't need anybody. This is bullshit. You're not going to put up with it. And that might have made them feel really bad. You know, you might have made him cry in a sense. Let's see what this share between you here. Let's see what that is. Yeah, you're both focusing on other things right now, or trying to. Yeah, looks like they're trying to focus on other things too. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it because they know that there's love right here. All you have to do is reach out, and you're a blessing. But they're not doing it. They're not doing it. Not yet. Not that I can see. You're both sad and upset over this. So you're kind of reviewing what went on between you and trying to deal with your emotions, you know. So something happened here between you. It has a lot to do with their character, just who they are, and their mental attitudes about life and love and, you know, all that. I don't see the promiscuity here right now, but what I do see is they couldn't be a complete person. They could not operate well within a relationship. This might have been all fun and games and delightful at first, but when it came around to tying the knot or committing, then the blockage and the walls went up. Yeah, there are deep feelings between you. You might have known this person for a while now. Or just feel like they're home to you, somebody that's very familiar to you. You're very fond of them. You're fond of each other's feelings here between both of you. Somehow somebody walked away. One of you walked away from this. I got a feeling that you'd both like to get back together if the dust could settle here and things could get some clarity, or this person could change. It's their character. That's what it is. You can't trust them. You don't know if they're going to fly off the handle or they're going to be lovey-dovey or they're wishy-washy that way. Okay, yeah, there's some sleepless night and guilt shared between you. Like I say, you've both been wondering, you know, what's gone wrong? What did I do? What could we do to fix this? I don't see anybody doing anything to fix anything yet. I just see some pain and anguish and guilt and nostalgia. They could be looking at your pictures, or, you know. I think they realized that they turned away from a gift, a blessing, and they're feeling remorseful for that. You're sharing some of that remorse. You're sharing some of that guilt with them. I wouldn't. It's this person's character, their emotional blockage that's caused this problem. Let me grab another deck. Well, you've invested some time into this and you'd like to see it grow. You know, there's energy here. This has a possibility. You know, this relationship does, but you're not on the same wavelength. This person needs to do some work. They may be doing a little work now that they're feeling all this guilt and reviewing what went down. Yeah. This is either coming to an end or it's the end of a cycle. This is definitely the end of a cycle, that's for sure. Is this person going to change and come around? They want to move ahead, they want to upgrade, and they can if they want. All they got to do is move, make a movement. Yeah, that's all they got to do. This is, if you want this person back, this is a positive card. These two cards together, they look positive. It's as if they're sad, they're remorseful, they're reviewing what went on, and they want to put an end to it. They want to move ahead. They may be discovering, what they've done here that was so negative. Ooh, the wind is blowing up a storm out there. I was wondering what all that banging noise was. Ooh, man, that's heavy. That looks like a gust of about 40, 50 miles an hour there. Well, it's that time of year. Whoa, yeah. Wow. Okay. This person feels like, they could be on your level. They know how to do it. They know what they have to do to come forward. They see you as a Two of Cups. Yeah. Somebody that they could be romantic with, share their life with, be on the same level with, be compassionate with, but they're not going to be able to do that unless they do the work. Clear this blockage. Now, this could be from childhood. Bad relationships, however they got blocked up and messed up in the head. Are they working on it? They're reviewing it, they know what they want, but are they healing? Is this person healing? They breadcrumbed you. They know that. They know that they haven't been giving. Yeah, they've just been breadcrumbing you, and that's part of their mental problem here. They can't invest fully. Although they feel they're invested, for some reason. Maybe it's because of the time and you've spent together and, the passion that you shared. But when it got to a certain point, they had to ditch out. They couldn't handle it. They know the time invested was great and that it could be productive in the future, but they also know they breadcrumbed you. Now they're trying to figure out what they're going to do to come back, to save this relationship or situationship or partnership or whatever it is here. Whatever you want to call it. They know that they have to see more into this relationship than just the passion, just the physical. They know that you need more than that in your life. You want the whole package, You don't want a breadcrumb. You want them to deliver the whole cake. And they know that too. They know that they're going to have to step up their game if they want this relationship that they do desire, it looks like. Are they going to have enough nerve to come towards you, make this thing happen? Let's see. They're watching it. They're looking at you and studying everything. Trust is gone now. Trust is gone between you. They don't seem to trust you either. Something you said or did that made them retreat. Yeah. They could be angry with you now. They feel very possibly betrayed by you. You must have been the one that walked away from this relationship. They feel like you really let them down. It looks to me like they let you down because they couldn't step up their game. Or quit their game, or whatever they were doing. Yeah, they know that time is of the essence, and if they don't get the lead out, they're going to lose this great opportunity. This opportunity for longevity. They seem to believe that if they got reconnected with you, then they fixed it, that there could be longevity. But they're still afraid. They're still holding back because they're negative about this. They feel like, they've lost you. And they don't know how to get you back. They're a little bit confused. They're the ones that usually stands in their power, controls the scene and everything. They're out of control right now. They've lost control. They've lost their happiness. Yeah, this person's going through it. They're going through it. They don't trust you because they think maybe you've gone back to your past ways. They know they've hurt you, but they think maybe you've gone back to something that was happier in your life, and that's what you're doing now. Getting back to being you and finding something that was happier, and that's making them sad. They don't want to see you happy because they're miserable. It hurts them to see you out there being happy, okay? They figure you're sad. You should be sad. They want you to stay sad. They want you to keep in this lower energy. They don't trust you. I'm getting the vibe that they think you're out having yourself a good time and meeting other people. And you very well may be. This person's arrogant, and they're just going to sit there, hoping that you will make the first move. Hey, they might have left you on red, and now they're waiting for you to come back and try it again. Because you think leaving them is for the best. You're reevaluating a lot of your friendships and your connections. You're trying to lighten your load so that you can have this good time that you want to have. Here they come. Here they come. They're going to come back. I told you, time is of the essence here. They know they have to give you more than lust. Okay? They know it has to be more than that. Like I said, they got to bring you the whole cake, not just a crumb. Here they come. They want to somehow declare their affections for you. This person has feelings for you. They just don't know how to express it. Maybe they do in bed, but that's the way they do it. But otherwise, it's hard for them to express themselves verbally. Yeah. The person feels like their heart is breaking. You could have very well felt this too, You broke each other's hearts, put each other in a bad situation, but you didn't mean to. You didn't really mean to, but it happened. I don't think, you set out to break anybody's heart or They might not have set out to break yours either. They could feel bad about this. They're sad. They're brokenhearted. They know that they could have done better. They know that they didn't bring the emotion that you need. They just breadcrumbed you. It looked like just enough to keep you hanging on until they figured themselves out. You know, how long are you going to wait around for somebody to figure themselves out? But here they come. Expect somebody to come in. I can't tell you exactly when here, but whoops. Well, I'll pick those up later. What would this person say to you right now if they could talk to you? What's going on in their mind? Oh, there you go. I can't believe it. I have to let you go to find myself. That's exactly what I just said. They need to do the work. And it looks like this person's coming around to figuring that out for themselves, that they do need to do the work. Are they doing the work? They have to go find themselves, you know. Okay. They didn't expect to fall in love. This person doesn't let themselves fall in love. They just have a good time. Then they get scared and they run out. Or they're devious. You know, they just could have love bombed you. Fill themselves up with all that dopamine that you get from the very beginning of a relationship. And when that faded away, they could have thought, maybe I should look for a new supply. This isn't that exciting for me. Because I don't expect to fall in love with people. I just go out and have my way if that's what I feel like doing. Wow. Yeah. I'm not digging it. Not digging it, Libras. This person's going to have to change in a big way. I think your second card up there was truthful. You know, leaving this person is for your best. If you want to have fun, if you want to elevate and get out there and meet other people, that's what you're going to have to do. I know your heart is breaking. There was some real chemistry here between you two. That's obvious in this reading. It looks like I didn't get any farther than that. It wasn't your fault. You wanted it. You wanted this thing to happen, to move, to progress, become something, you know, like a great partnership here, but equal give and take. That's exactly what you want. You want support. You don't want to be pulled down. You want to be supported. Yeah. They don't even know where to start now. This is foreign to them. You put them in a new element. They fell in love with you, but they don't know how to act. They don't know how to operate within love. It's almost as if this person just gave love up a long time ago. And now they don't even know where to start in the game. In the game of love. They've tried to play the game of love, but they cheat. They ruin it. They don't know the rules. They don't know the rules to the game of love. Well, they're figuring them out now. This person's in love and it's killing them because they don't know how to deal with it. Yep. Childhood trauma. That's what the mental blockage is coming from. The emotional blockages. They would tell you that, you know, if they could be sincere, they talked about that they have childhood trauma. That's what they really need to tell you. You know, father, mother issue, something where they didn't get enough love, or they weren't supported well enough, or they were left alone. That could have been a whole myriad of reasons here, but that's it. Childhood trauma. Okay, now you know what you're dealing with. Maybe you figured it out already, quite some time ago. This person is just off. They're strange. You felt a connection. They were mysterious. There was something deep, about them. But maybe that deepness, that mystery that you felt was darkness. You were touching into their shadow side. Kind of scared you, didn't it? it was ominous. You couldn't put your finger on it. You didn't know how you got that negative vibe. Like I say, you might have skirted around it. Might have seen the red flags and then just put on your rose-colored glasses because, well, you wanted love. You wanted to be loved. You were hopeful. But then you started to realize, I've done it again. I've been too vulnerable. Been too vulnerable. Okay. I can't come to you now. Well, they can't. They're not ready. They didn't expect to fall in love. If they're going to deal with this situation, they got work to do. Now, this could be minor work. This could be major. You know. They just, they're not complete yet. Let them figure it out. If you want this person, give them some time. But don't wait around. Don't sit around at home twiddling your thumbs. Go out and have a good time. Party. You don't know if this person's ever going to come around. So, you know, so you don't want to waste your time. Go out and have fun. Yeah, there it is. They never expected to fall in love, but they have this huge sexual desire. This person could be very sexual and, like I said, promiscuous. They're trying to fill that void within them with lust. And that's causing a huge conflict within them now because they realize they can't be like that, especially with you. It's like you see right through them. You took off those rose-colored glasses and just went, yeah, I better face the truth here. This person is, all I get from this person is sexual energy. That's it. That's the only positive thing I get from this relationship. Is this great, chemistry. But it's not enough for you. They are looking forward to having a future with you someday. So I can't tell you in this reading whether they're working on themselves or not. They hope to have a future with you. They know everything they need to do. They want to move ahead. They want to break this cycle. And it looks like this cycle is breaking for them. So, you're probably half in, half out on this. You know they have issues, and you may feel a little sorry for them because of it. So you may be willing to hang in there if this person just, tries to work this out. But then can you trust them later? There's trust issues now between you. It's as if you've discovered something. Like you took off the glasses and you discovered something. They cannot stop thinking about you. You made a definite imprint on this person's world. So they think about you all the time. Yeah. They want you back in their life. All they're thinking about right now is how attracted they are to you. Yeah, they're just really drawn to you. And that's blowing their mind because they don't want it to be love. They'd rather just have it be this lustful energy, this passion. They'd rather keep it in that ball game, but they know you need more, and they know it can't stay like that either because it's killing them too. They want you in their life. But they have a really hard time expressing themselves. That's what I said. They can't share their emotions verbally. They can do it, under the covers, but they can't express themselves. Something from their youth has caused them to block off that because they've been hurt. Possibly when they've told other people, in their life, or their parents, I love you, I love you, I love you, but they didn't get any love back. So they had to shut down. It crippled them. I can't say that for sure, but that could be, something like that. Yeah, they got to deal with their pain and able to open their heart to love again. Oh, they've loved before. They've been hurt. Yeah. They got to deal with the pain. So they know it. They know it. Well, dealing with the pain is just healing. But is healing evolving? It usually is. Pain is the teacher. You're going to get something out of it. Whether you're going to change your ways through it or not, through this pain, it's still hard to say. This person's got it bad for you. And they're in pain because they know they're screwed up. Yeah, they're lost. They just don't know who they are anymore. They were so solid, so stuck, so in this frame of mind that when you came along, you blew their mind, basically. They fell in love with you. They didn't expect it. It was shocking to their system, which is totally not used to expressing love in any other way that other than promiscuity. Promiscuity, I guess you'd say it like that. Yeah, so you got a bad opinion of this person now. You've seen through all this. You're looking at their past, their body count and stuff like that. Well, my clock is saying that my camera's probably going to run out if it hasn't already. Anyway, if it has, I'll come back and we'll finish up here, but I'm at the end. We'll look at this some more next time like we always do, Libras. See how far along this thing's moved. Right now I don't see them. I just see them dealing with it. Working on themselves possibly. Feeling in pain. They're just lost. They're going to come forward. They will. I don't know when. Maybe we'll find that out next time. Until then, peace and love to you, Libras.